Hi, my name is Hernandez and I'm going to be doing a presentation on Mount Vesuvius. To start off, Mount Vesuvius it's a volcano that erupted in the year 79 AD and is known for the destruction of Pompeii. It is considered a stratovolcano with much history of eruptions. The first stage of the eruption was a mantle of ash that covered the whole city of Pompeii, followed nextly by small magma rocks that were shooting outwards of the volcano. The formation of Mount Vesuvius. Not specific to this mountain alone, but volcanoes are actually formed by a chain of magma spewing out from within the earth into the outer layer. A volcano is basically formed from the magma that is within the Earth's core, spews out into these what we call volcanoes, but they're like tunnels, and it goes outwards from the inside of the Earth's core into the outer layer, and from there the magma that spews out or it comes out, it cools down and forms a layer of magma. This happens repetitively. And repeated times, multiple times, until it stacks up on each other and makes a triangle-like structure. It is basically referred to as a vent since it connects the outer layer or the layer of the Earth that we're on to the middle core of the Earth. The lava is actually it's called magma before it comes out, but the magma is located in between the mantle and the crust of the Earth. Tectonic plates. What are tectonic plates? There's two different types of tectonic plates that I'll be talking about. The first one is divergent plate tectonics. These tectonic plates actually move away from each other and create small rocks in the process. Now, other tectonic plate is convergent plate tectonics. These tectonic plates move towards each other, which creates like these structures. Since they're clashing together, they're going upwards, and because of that, it makes big mountains of rocks and of the Earth's core rocks. This makes mountains and volcanoes. They come from convergent plate tectonics. But in specific, ocean continental plates are what actually create volcanoes. In the left image, we can see that the red lines are what you would call a ring of fire. There are like the most specific points where there's like more explosion of volcanoes. It's more like compact in that section, in those points, since it's like surrounding the Pacific Ocean and the Pacific plates. Next, facts about the Mount Vesuvius. First is that it's a composite / stratovolcano, as previously mentioned, which means that the shape of it is a very large cone. It's high. It's one of the highest structures of volcanoes that you can have. Because of this, it spews out a bunch of eruptions that go for miles and miles. The other ones that aren't specifically this volcano, but I would mention them, are shield volcanoes. They're small, they slowly spew out lava, which aren't very dangerous since it's a slow process. Another one is lava domes, which is like also similar to shield volcanoes, but it's not much of just liquid spewing out like slowly, but it's more like foamy, if per se. It's more foamy. And the next stage is cinder cone volcano. Sorry about that. They're similar to composite volcanoes in which they're huge, but they're more focused in the center rather than different angles in which the magma / lava comes out from. The activity of Mount Vesuvius is reported to have been active for at least at least 17,000 years. It's located in Europe, and it's also the only active volcano in Europe at this time. The eruption, well, most like the eruption process of Mount Vesuvius and the volcanoes. Mount Vesuvius started with systemic activities, meaning like the ground shaked, earthquakes, like small ones, percent. The citizens of Pompeii weren't too alarmed with this, since well, they live next to a volcano and it's common for certain seismic activities to happen. Next followed blast of massive debris. They were like color grayish. That this was like the next step or stage in where you would know that a volcano is about to erupt or it's actually happening. In this, what happens is that there's like a big ash that comes out from a volcano, and it covered the whole city of Pompeii, meaning that it was a sudden shift from daytime to nighttime. Everything around the city and everything you can see if you were in the city of Pompeii was complete black. There was no sign of it being daytime if it was. This lasted for a long time. The whole process of the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, it lasted a whole 24 hours. The next stage will be volcanic mud that followed. This isn't precisely harmful, since it's just mud that it's more of a like an inconvenience, since it's not harmful to the people, but it's actually it covers them in a layer of mud. And the following stage, which is actually the last stage of how Mount Vesuvius erupted, were volcanic gases and debris that the mountain spewed out. This caused the citizens of Pompeii's lungs to burn and their muscles to contract, and also they were buried in ashes. The ashes were, as you can say, deadly poison, since any whiff of it and their lungs would be filled with it. And what followed also is that it would affect their muscles, making them contract and putting them in a sort of fetus position. There wasn't any actual lava or magma that came out of it, but there were a bunch of gases that were a cause of that. These gases were similar to magma, very, very lethal. These are my references for what happened with Mount Vesuvius and the famous city of Pompeii. Thank you.